So it's been like a couple of weeks now since we've been getting really bad weather, and finally we got some sun. And I think it's really underappreciated how much good weather can have an impact on you. And with that occasion, I think I really want to go to the park to do some calisthenics. I think I'll be quite surprised by this workout because I don't really expect too much out of it. Um, I'm still a bit sore from the last one I've done at home. I still don't feel great. Last night I slept like maybe 5 hours because my cats went haywire. So there's that. And yeah, um, let's go train. One of the few things I've seen in bodyweight training is that um, even on bad days, you can still find something that you can tweak so that you can work at your maximum or near maximum capacity in pretty much any exercise. So in push-ups, for example, you might have days when your shoulder stability isn't where it should be necessarily, or where you're tired and you can't really control the way you perform the movement. And one of the easiest things you can adjust, because this is the sort of training equipment that allows you to tweak even the slightest advantages for yourself, is to just raise the rings just a tiny bit above the ground, and you'll find an entirely new level of intensity of the exercise, or not necessarily intensity but rather load, because with rings, as with most calisthenics, it's pretty much all up to the leverages you have for the exercise and how you essentially lever around your body weight. And another, I find, really relevant tip when doing calisthenics in general is wherever you have the most stability requirements, that's where you should place most of your secondary work on, because it will be something you get inherently stronger over time, but at a significantly slower pace than on, let's say, more stable movements such as bar pull-ups or dips. So I was thinking about the way these exercises actually get exponentially harder on pretty much every rep. You get closer to failure because the stability demand is pretty high when compared to a lot of the exercises, and I think if you are not particularly well trained or adjusted to this type of exercise, your last reps grindability will definitely not be great, as is my case at least. I don't find these types of exercises to be something you can push upwards to 20 or 30 reps, at least not as a secondary exercise. As a primary, I think I've done around 20-ish reps, and the rings were slightly lower than they are today. But yeah, one of the compensations I've found myself doing a lot of the time is just slightly arch my back and get my chest a bit better of leverage, so that I can push more efficiently, though that's not the form I'm aiming for by any stretch of the imagination. I'm trying to do them as strict as I can, but hey, you can only do so much in a given session, so I'm trying to correct those from a set-to-set basis based on what I get from the video feedback. On days like this, I feel like it's best to just listen to your body and what it has to say, and essentially do whatever you can to just live to fight another day. Because when fatigue accumulates, it's not going to be a fun training experience by any stretch of the imagination, and you can just dig yourself more and more in a rut. And the best thing to do when you're in a rut is essentially to stop digging and to try to climb out of the rut. I don't think it's particularly wise to keep beating a dead horse. And essentially today felt that way for me. I wanted to do a bit more than my body wanted to do, and I think that showed, especially when I tried doing push-ups on the rings, and essentially I couldn't feel my chest muscles working. The lockout felt weird, the shoulders felt like they were taking a bit more of beating than I would have liked them to, and in the end, just keeping on going on such a day feels a bit unproductive. Now, there's something to be said about warming up your body and showing what it really has to offer, because sometimes it can definitely lie to you, and there's a lot of value in just, I don't know, seeing what you can take out of it at any point in time. Though once you reach that point and you've realized that you can't take anymore, I think it's healthy for you, both physically and mentally, to just cut it short and go fight another fight at some other point in time, because nothing ends with a bad workout. You can end a bad workout prematurely and prepare yourself for a potentially better one into the future if the one you seem to fight feels like it's not worth it. So yeah, that's been today for me, and hopefully the next one will go better. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.